David, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Brian?
Not too bad. How easy is it to get into character playing Santa? Because I would imagine it's just like the big fuck off beard and the thing, and then you're good to go. Is it more difficult, or is it like just because I mean, I would imagine the costume does 70% of the work for you, no?
Really? Is that what you think?
Well, I
All right.
mean,
I mean, I don't know. I do I have developed a certain set of acting skills in my life that I try to use in every performance I give. But
sure,
you're right. There is, you do get helped by the costume and the beard. Yeah. I mean, the fun thing about this guy though is he's a little more complicated than just your traditional mall
sure.
Santa. He has an arc and a trajectory where he starts off with that saccharine, as you say, image of Santa, and then we start to uncover, you know, this guy who's 10,000 years old, who nobody knows that much about, really.
Mm.
So, he's got a little complexity to him.
I know, yeah, I was clearly just being flippant just to get a rise out of you, and it worked. Well done. Um, One thing that I noticed, and I'm wondering if this was, well, obviously it was in the script or whatever, but at no point does Santa ever pick up a gun. Like he's more kind of doing the kind of hand to hand thing. And it's interesting because just before I was talking to you, I was watching some ridiculous US Senate video of a guy just shooting off a gun as part of a campaign video, and I just dawned as I was watching it, it reminded me that Santa doesn't use a gun in this. Was that intentional, and was that your own kind of anti-gun views that influenced that decision, or was that in the script?
It doesn't really have a political bent to it, although I'm
Sure.
glad that metaphor resonates in a certain way. I mean, I
Mhm.
definitely feel like there's too many, guns in America. If I definitely I'm confused and frightened by that. But I think it was more that we just wanted him to have not an understanding of, he calls them gadgets at one point.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that he's just not sophisticated in that way.
Mm.
And as I say, when he was fighting, it was like 10,000 years ago, with Vikings and hammers and things like that. So his discipline and his training is not with these things. I mean, sure, he knows about them, but when you're in the North Pole, there's not much media. There's not much, when you're living up there with a bunch of elves, I don't think you understand how triggers and safeties and things
Sure.
like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
work. So he doesn't have much expertise in them, but you give him a nice sledgehammer,
Oh yeah. He can.
good to
He can.
go.
He can make it. He can make it sing. Yeah. He can make it sing.
Exactly.
Um, I'm wondering for you, what is your favorite Christmas movie that isn't Die Hard?
Uh, I mean, I have two. Definitely the first one is, they're both old movies that I'm sure the kids nowadays would find pretty boring. I myself can still sometimes struggle. It's black and white. They're both, one is Miracle on 34th Street, which I
Of
really
course. Yeah.
love and I cry. And the other one is It's a Wonderful Life. Another one where I just weep like a baby.
Kind of.
Um,
I mean, I would have thought you. I would have thought you as a kind of. I thought you would have gone for Scrooge or something like that. No.
oh, Scrooge is good too. I mean, I'm not you say favorites. It's like, what's your favorite meal? Like
Yeah. Of
pizza.
course.
It's
Yeah.
like, well, I gotta have pasta every now and again too, or I gotta have
Yeah. Yeah.
chicken. So it is a palette that is
Yes.
wide, but I do like. I mean, Scrooge has this too. It does it in a really comedic way, but at the end of it, you really believe in Christmas. And I think that's the great thing about these movies. I just think It's a Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street really touch me because they do it simply, straightforwardly, and sincerely. And there's something about the little kid in me that really likes to be sincere.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. Like very wholesome. Yeah. Compared to Scrooge and this, which is kind of like starts off cynical but ends in a wholesome note.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe in you, Santa.